Hey everyone, it's Sydney.
And I'm Destiny, and we are the founders of Bright and Scent.
And our heart is to help you burn your light bright and send that light where it's needed most. And we do this on one side with our candle and wax melt business,
as well as here on YouTube by creating faith, business, and life content for you all.
Yay!
Make sure if you're new here or if you're not that you subscribe to our channel. Yeah. You hit that like button on this video and you click the notification bell. That way you're notified when we post new videos, and you also follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at Bright and Scent, and that information will be in the description box as well.
Yes. So today's video, we just wanted to talk about the missions that we support. We've mentioned it a few times. Well, I think so. It's everywhere, really. You can see
all
it.
of our website.
But we haven't made a video about it. So that's what we wanted to do, and talk to you guys about the missions that we support. I think it's important that people know, where their money's going. And so part of our mission is like buying with purpose. And so at the time we have our candles, which, I got blood drawn today, guys. I promise that's all. But these are our candles, guys. If you haven't seen them before, they're this really nice. They're like, we just love them. Here's our tins, guys. So this is what it looks like. But these are the candles. If you haven't seen our candles before, we make videos about that as well. But today we wanted to talk about the places that we support. So we support 4 organizations. So, and we'll talk about how we divvy up that and everything, and how we support all 4 places. I think most people just do one, but we're just aggressive like that, and we want to support 4 people, or 4 organizations. So when I first started this business, and you can look back at the video where I talk about the story of starting our business, it really started with the goal of supporting missions and supporting organizations that are doing the work currently. And one day maybe we'll start like our own mission or organization. As we scale, we want people, we want like survivors and people who have overcome like some really dark times in their life to work for us if we get to the point of hiring employees. But anywho, the whole point of us starting this was to give back. And it's funny because like initially, like when I brought the idea to her, I was like, 100% donations to all these organizations, and she's like, "That's how are you gonna have a business? That doesn't make any sense."
Yeah.
So it took me like a while to kind of get over that, but I think that's just the high hope of one day donating probably more than 10%, which is what we donate right now. But so in terms of finding organizations, I'd say, this is something that you want to do and have a social entrepreneurship, look at places that are local, places that like you don't necessarily have to like Google search. 2 places that we have and support, I found on Google because I wanted to support certain types of businesses. But here they are. So the first one that we support, or one of them, is called Cafe 1040. So, and all this information, their websites will be in the description, but we wanted to support this organization because what they do is actually equip missionaries. So a lot of people want to do missions work and they just don't know, like for a career full-time, going abroad and sharing the gospel with places that just aren't really reached. And so this organization actually seeks to equip them, and they do training and they send them on like shorter and longer term missions and things like that, in order to get them comfortable with that whole life that they are stepping into. I think is so unique and so needed, and I just never even heard of it.
They do missions within like the 1040 window, right?
Yeah, which is, in the name. If you don't know what the 1040 window is, it's a section, it represents the area of the world that has not heard
like one
the
of the most unreached parts of the world, and it's the 10th latitude to the 40th latitude, if you were to look at like a globe with like the grid on it.
Yeah.
And it's that window that goes around the entire world, and mainly talking about Africa, Middle East, and Asia.
Yeah. So that whole region of just like places that have not been gifted with the knowledge of Jesus. And so that's the areas that they target. And I think like since COVID, maybe that's changed, but that's like where they started and where they intend to get back to. But The second place that we support is called Bridge of Hope. And they are located like all over the country, which is really awesome. But they have locations like everywhere where we're at, also where, all over. And their heart is to provide a place of refuge, really, for those who are suffering with homelessness, single mothers who need to get back on their feet, and just really helping the people who need that housing and that assistance to get that bridge of hope really is really in the name. From where they are to where they want to be. And so you can look up more information about how they serve, the different ways that they serve the people that they reach out to and provide them with places to live and things like that. That information's right in the description as well. The third place that we support is called Stowe Mission. And they're actually located in Columbus, Ohio. And I don't know if I mentioned, but Cafe 1040 is based out of Georgia. And like I said, Bridge of Hope is all over, and Stowe Mission is located in Ohio. And they serve to help the community. They give, they have like clinics, they have after school care programs, they have kind of like a meal program for people who need something to eat. And so they serve their community in such a beautiful way. And we wanted to help them, assist them, especially during the winter time, they give out coats and just assist people in the seasons that would really be hard for someone who doesn't have the privilege of the things that we take for granted sometimes. So,
yeah.
And the last place that we support is called Rest, and it's an organization based in Seattle, Washington. And actually a friend of mine used to work there. And so that's how I got to know about them. And they provide housing for women who are escaping sexual exploitation. And so they give them housing, they give them job training, they equip them, educate them on how to conduct lives that are healthy for them and sustainable for when they re-enter the world. They have like safe houses, and I think they're trying to grow the amount of safe houses they have as well, to help them kind of get out of that dangerous situation. And so learning about that, having my friend work there and just hearing from her, like her experience working there is just really so impacted me. And people have just like been so supportive, and they want to help in these ways too. And I think because they know that what we're doing exists, they kind of are like, well, I want to support that. And so that's why we didn't want to shy away from it. We wanted to make sure that we were faithful in our giving and things like that. And so it's been really awesome to be able to do that and to give to those missions. And we've even worked with
we were able to partner with Cafe 1040 on a project.
Yeah.
Which
is really cool.
We could actually make a video about that, our first wholesale order, and talk about
they were so gracious.
They were. And
because
if any of you guys
were
watching that who were with, thank you. That was the best experience. And just the way that you guys treated us was so kind, and we love doing that. So hopefully, if we could work together again, but anybody else that wants to work with us, but that was our first wholesale experience, and that was super fun as well. Yeah,
and so just like I'd say, if you want to have these conversations with people, if you want to start something where you're giving your money, make sure that you know where you're giving to. I mean, the places that I looked up were Stowe and Bridge of Hope. Because I knew I wanted to give to organizations that were helping in different areas, and not kind of to spread that.
If you have an organization that you know of that kind of fits, what we're looking at, our goals are to help with homelessness, spreading joy, like hope for people who don't have hope, been in situations, just need a little help. Sexual exploitation in that area. And then in the area of spreading the gospel, if you know any organizations that do that you think we should check out and look into, please comment them down below. We would love to look at them. The way that it's mostly affected me, because like I said, this wasn't originally my idea to start a business with the hope of giving a portion. This was her idea that I was excited about. And one of the reasons I was excited about it was because that's how I've started to try to buy. Actually, around the time I started to realize, companies a lot of the time don't care about people. They care about numbers, and numbers are important. Let's just be honest. The bottom line does matter. So I don't want to say it doesn't, but people matter more.
Yeah.
And so I started to buy from companies, and normally that stuff is more expensive, so that means I had to save up to buy things. I couldn't just spend my money anywhere. And that's the goal too. If you want to get a candle but it's a little bit out of your price range, our hope is that you identify with the mission that we're trying to do, and you might take a little bit more time and set more money aside to purchase a candle, because
you know where
the money's going to go. And that's another reason why we're doing this channel, is to just show people it's more than just a product.
Right.
You're doing a mission that we want to grow, and we want to eventually fund a nonprofit.
Yeah.
And we want to include more products. So if you have product ideas too, feel free to share those as well.
Yeah, I mean, we're even
open.
saying this here, our vision is really to have the store or the business where it's you can get anything really. I mean, any type of product that you want, and knowing that that money is being sent, and to where, it's really in our name, bright and scent. Our candles are significant of that, of burning that light in your home, but also knowing that it's being sent, to the places that need it the most, and the people that are really hurting in this world. So that's really, that drives us, that gives us a lot of purpose, that gives us a lot of, just energy to keep going, knowing that, man, we look back and it's we've given this much money to these organizations that have been able to help them continue to serve and continue to do what their dream is to help people directly, face to face. And so, so if you want to do a business like that, that's kind of how we got started. That's kind of how we found the businesses. And if you want to support them, one-time donation, before you start kind of partnering with them, meet them, talk to them. I had calls with them. I talked to them, Zoom called with representatives, and really got to know and connect with the mission. And I think that's important as well, is when you connect with people who are doing the work, then there's a little bit more stake in the grounds for you as a business owner. So I would say that too. And people are so nice and so willing to speak with you if you want to, help them, of course. So
I'm trying to give them money.
Yeah. So they're going to talk to you.
They're going to talk to you.
But yeah, so it's been a joy helping them and kind of starting that. And we know that it's going to grow. And so we're thankful for you guys even watching this. I mean, even watching our YouTube and supporting our YouTube is a form of, revenue, hopefully one day for us. And that's another form of things that we can, give from. And so, everything that we do, we really do it with that in mind. And it's man, we look back and we don't really look back on the profit and this and that and the third, but more so we were able to give this much and we were able to support in this way. And so if you want to start a social entrepreneurship, more power to you. You're going to make a lot of money, your business is going to be successful. So why not give a small portion of that or a big portion of that to some place or some person or organization that really needs those dollars. And so so that's all we have for today's video. Subscribe, comment, and yes,
share as well.
Social entrepreneurship rocks.
I think that's the worst one.